half because of the way his smell effectively blocked out all my senses, and half because I wasn't sure what just happened. I frowned and lowered my gaze to my feet, like usual. I kept walking to class, trying to push away all the hurt I was feeling, and scolding myself for expecting anything different. When I entered the lunchroom, I had to battle with my will to not search the room for Edward Cullen. Instead, I just went to my table, ate my cookies, and read my book, like always. I didn't even look up when the bell rang signaling the end of lunch. I just put my things away, and walked out of the room, feeling a little accomplished at the fact I spent the whole hour not looking for him. I could deal with this. Or at least that's what I thought until I walked into biology, and saw none other than Edward Cullen sitting at my biology table. Deciding that the universe hated me, I made my way to the lab table, with my head down. What is he doing here? My mind was screaming on the inside. On the outside I kept my face completely blank and void of all emotion. It was something I had grown good at. I took my seat without looking over at Edward. It was official that biology was by far the worst hour in my entire day. I say this because everyone in the room was staring at me like I had a time bomb attached to my hood. I also say this because I could smell Edward. It was soap, mint, and cigarette smoke, and warm. Definitely warm. I chanced to peek at him through my hair, because I couldn't not look at him. He was glaring at the front of the room and completely avoiding looking anywhere in my direction, which was the complete opposite of what the rest of the class, including Mr. Banner, was doing. His clear and obvious avoidance of me was making me so upset, I couldn't even properly enjoy Mike's grotesquely bruised nose. Thankfully, class eventually started, taking all eyes off me for the moment and giving me some time to frown without being seen. Of course Edward wouldn't want to be seen with me at school. I was the campus freak, after all. But did he have to be so mean about it? I spent the rest of the hour trying to concentrate on the teacher through the haze my sleepiness, and Edward was sending me in. When the bell finally rang, Edward shot up out of his seat and was out of the room faster than my tired brain could comprehend. I turned and frowned at the empty stool beside me before gathering my things and heading out of the room. And, because the universe hated me, Mike was standing outside the door waiting for me.
"Hey, Bella,"
he called, leaning against the wall. I cringed before slowly turning to face him. He was a comfortable 10 feet away from me, at least, comfortable for me, not for Mike. He started coming towards me, weaving around the people coming out of the classroom. His big blue nose just kept coming closer. Immediately anticipating the coming events, my breathing started picking up. Adrenaline began coursing through my veins, making me tremble slightly. I wanted to run away, to scream, to tell Mike to leave me the hell alone already. But my feet were frozen to the floor as he loped up to my shaking form and threw an arm around my shoulder. Immediately images and flashes started coming at me, Phil grabbing my shoulder and throwing me against the wall. Phil whispering in my ear. Phil grabbing my hair and tearing it out of my scalp. Phil's cold, wet tongue running down my cheek. "Get off me!" I screeched, pushing Mike's arm off my trembling shoulder. The force of my push propelled me backwards into the lockers lining the wall with a loud bang. I rested my back against them, panting and shaking, with tears streaming down my cheeks. Everyone in the hall was completely still, staring at me incredulously. My head was throbbing with the swishing sounds in my ears as I stood there against the cold metal lockers, balling my fists so hard I thought my fingernails might draw blood. Mike just looked amused by my reaction, and was the first to break the frozen stillness of the hallway by chuckling and sending me a wave and a smile before he continued his lope down the hall to his next class. "Are you serious?" After a moment, everyone else slowly resumed their activities, though now with more whispers and snickering than I had noticed before. I put my head down and scrambled my way to the nearest bathroom. I was feeling claustrophobic, suffocating, in the hall with all these people just staring at me. I threw the restroom door open, and flew to a stall, locking it tightly behind me. I sat bringing my knees up to my chest and hugging them, gulping in large amounts of stale disgusting bathroom air. I stayed in the stall for the rest of the day, trying to compose myself enough to face the very public eye I was going into. It was very possible, at this rate, I'd never go to gym again.